everyone? Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode of HeatPressNation Live. This is
Ryan.
This is
Jared.
Sorry, we're just being really weird today. We're super excited to be here. This is our special President's Day edition.
I'm really excited about this, especially what we're going to showcase today. I've been always talking about it. I always tell customers about it, but today you're going to see it.
We've got some cool stuff coming. Some of you guys may have, you see what we got going on. Well, don't spoil it. Actually, so instead of President's Day, we're actually calling it PRESSident Day. Get it?
I get it.
Get it? All right. Sorry. So you got a lot of future dads here in the office. So we're trying to hit it hard with those dad jokes. Right. All right. But anyways, we're gonna give everybody a moment to get to join us here, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube. Let's say hi to our Instagram people.
Exactly.
Hey, Instagram people. We got Rod back there with the questions. If you guys have any questions of any sort throughout the broadcast, please feel free. Say hello in the comments. We already got people tuning in. Marion is saying hello. Hazel says hello. Houston here. And then, Texas is representing on YouTube because we got DJ Roxy in the house from Dallas. Greetings. Who we got? Anyone tuning in on Facebook? They're a little slow coming in on Facebook. Yeah.
All right.
But it's all good. We have some good stuff coming. How's your week been so far, man?
My week's been solid. It started off really fast and hectic, but it's starting to slow down. Perfect time to get the showcase going today.
Yeah, super excited about that. And just a heads up, we know that this Monday is President's Day, but we'll actually be here. You'll be here?
We will be. Yes, I will be here.
I'll be here Monday. We're all here Monday. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a call. It's 800-215-0894. You can visit us at HeatPressNation.com. Or if you're local here in Southern California and you have the day off, it's a perfect time to come by our showroom, check out everything, all you see here, and more.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of calls about that. You guys can step on in, especially if you have any questions about this specific product. We'd love to show you.
Definitely, we'd be super excited. Yeah, take advantage. Maybe drop the kids off at mom and dad. No, kids are welcome. It's just there's lots of heat press. It's boring if you're a little kid.
Well, they can hang out in the arcade, right? In the front, we got two new machines, ping pong.
Yeah, for sure. And so very exciting stuff. Today we're going to be talking about Forever FlexSoft. Now, we got giveaways, we got demos, we got all that stuff. But before we go any further, I want to remind you guys about our Facebook group. It's HeatPressNation. Heat.press/ there it is. Anytime I mess up, it's right there for me. It's heat.press/FB group. And honestly, we've been getting tons of new members, which is great. Lots of new questions, and my favorite, lots of new answers.
Absolutely. Jared, don't forget about YouTube.
Oh, for sure.
Especially with Forever FlexSoft, we have many videos, right? Not just with shirts, tags. I think it's one of my favorite products, Jared, honestly.
Yeah.
I always talk about it. So check it out. Yeah, if we don't cover specifically an application, you're trying to see it, go on our YouTube page. I'm sure we have it here. This is a really great product, Jared. I'm super excited about this one.
Yeah, and what's cool about the YouTube tutorials is that you could pause it.
You can, yeah.
Exactly. Sometimes we're live and going through things a little quick. You can't really pause us if we're live, but you could pause the YouTube tutorial or just watch this again.
Probably plenty of comments in there too, in case we don't get to answer one of yours on here on the live. It's probably in there.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We got more people tuning in. Just want to say a quick shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Thank you so much. We got Michael Johnson coming in from Orlando, Florida. What's up, Michael?
Hello.
And then Andrea is saying hello from Montgomery, Alabama. Sabrine is saying hello from Africa. That's pretty cool, man.
I don't think we've had one of those before.
I don't think we've had anyone tune in from Africa just yet. So thank you so much for joining us.
Tiffany, I got Tiffany here. She says hello.
Here we go.
Tiffany, where are you from? We'd love to shout you out here.
See, Elizabeth's from San Antonio. That's pretty cool. Very cool. So we're super glad to have everybody. All right, I think they're ready. Oh, last thing. All right, we'll probably tell them later, huh? The giveaway.
Yeah, no, I mean, we can. Should we?
We should wait. Okay. We have giveaways every week. This week is no exception. If you want to get a head start on next week's giveaway, do yourself a favor. Tag a friend in the comments right now. Actually, I'm sorry, on Facebook. Because of the way we pull the comments, the giveaways are limited to Facebook. So if you're watching on YouTube or Instagram, well, you don't have to rush over to Facebook just yet. We have the comments open for a whole week, so you can go right after this. Then you can go over to Facebook and tag a friend in the comments to win. It's really fun.
Yeah, I know. Jared, honestly, the prizes and the shout-outs are only going to get a little bit better. Yes. So, I mean, it's better to start now as we continue with these episodes this season.
And next week, we're going to have 2 winners. Yeah. I spoiled that part.
I'm excited. Sorry. I think we should have saved that. Huh?
Yeah, sorry. Okay. I'm just kidding. Forget I just said that. All right, well, I'm ready to hop in today. Ryan, what are we working with today? What do we got?
So we got Forever Flex Soft, Jared, and this comes in multiple colors. So I always get questions about this, especially if we're trying to do the finer details, right? Sometimes I have customers calling all the time, Jared. They go, "Hey, I'm trying to work with really fine, details, and I'm sick of weeding it out. We've done the vinyl, and it just seems impossible, especially if you're working with stretch. Easy Weed stretch gets because how elastic it is, very tedious."
And not only that, like I know one of the things when working with fine detail. Oh, should we show them the gray shirt we made?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's kind of a good starting point.
Okay.
So check it out. It's President's Day, and we'll have to show this to the overhead camera.
Got the Gettysburg Address on here.
Yeah. Now this is where I messed up. I did it upside down, but it's okay. This is our practice shirt. So check it out. Maybe. Oh yeah, you guys can on Instagram. You guys are getting the real close up right there. So the Gettysburg Address, right? Like, dude, who's gonna weed all of those? Like,
nobody. I don't even think you can, honestly. It's
yeah, it would take forever. Like just the time required to weed out everything here you see on this shirt, and the letters are kind of small, so I'm gonna give you guys a close up now. All right, you guys see how fine detail that is?
I'd say probably a font 12 if we printed it out on
this
paper.
This is about that's a really good guess. Yeah, about 12-point font. So camera 2. I'm gonna walk over to camera 2 really quick. So you guys can kind of see here. Maybe if we get close enough. Did I do it right? There we go. 7 years ago. Check that out. So you guys can see this crazy fine detail that we put. We did this with Forever Flex Soft. Now, what you guys are gonna see in a minute is it only takes about a couple of minutes to do something like this. Just real quick, let's get some guesses. How long would it take you to weed out the Gettysburg Address in vinyl? I want to see what are your guys' estimates, because I personally would estimate it at at least half an hour.
Absolutely, even more, honestly. And if not just this one, tell me, from your past experience, what was the longest you've had to weed something out?
Oh my gosh.
How frustrated were you when you had to go through that? You probably never do it again, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think my longest weed was one time I weeded. It took me about 30 minutes. It was really detailed. I was dumb, and I did it like a distressed image, and that's a no-go. That is a no-go. How long do you guys think this would take? Dotson 6619 says hours. Hazel Andrews says it would take her about 2 hours. Dude, it takes a long time because the inside of every letter, you're just picking it out and weeding it.
And at that point, I don't even think it's worth it, right? 2 hours for this?
No,
I'm quitting.
There's no way I'm doing that. Hazel says yes, those are the worst. No, for real, this is really like the worst kind of thing you can weed. Now, from start to finish, from the print to the final press, this shirt was done in about 5 minutes or less.
Yeah, probably even less, honestly. Very simple process.
And if I would have had to do a bunch of these with FlexSoft, it would have been even faster because while one shirt's cooling down, it's a cold peel material.
Exactly.
While one's cooling down, you could be working on the next. So it's really, you kind of cut down your time per t-shirt.
Absolutely. And another thing we can point out, Jared, too, is the feeling of it. The feel texture is so thin. Guys, you can barely feel this, honestly. It feels great, especially for summertime. Summer's approaching. It's going to be here faster than we think.
I'm not wearing this t-shirt in the summertime. There's way too much coverage, man.
Yeah, and if that was vinyl,
this is vinyl.
So you can feel it, right?
Oh, yes. No, this is a winter time. I'm only patriotic in the winter, man. In the summertime, legit, it's too heavy. It's too much coverage. But if it was something like FlexSoft, which is thinner, it would be an easier wear for sure.
Super comfortable, Jared. Honestly, my #1 recommendation, if we're doing one color, FlexSoft all the way.
Yeah, so it's really cool. The finish is very similar to heat transfer vinyl and screen print. It kind of has a glossy finish, but you can hit it, as we'll show you in a minute.
Right.
You could finish it with some silicone paper, parchment paper, and it'll kind of reduce that sheen a little bit. But yeah, dude, it's really, really cool. Don't worry, we're gonna show you guys exactly how we do this. We have a different design that I hope comes out today. Fingers crossed. So this was our sample, but we have a different design
that we're
actually going to be demoing today.
I think it's a great idea.
So it's very cool. So let's dive into this, man. So just to get started, the way FlexSoft works is, I'm going to pull this. You could launch that somewhere. Okay. So the way FlexSoft works, and we have it right here, is, oh my goodness. I cannot, my fingers aren't working today. Here we go. So it comes on this sheet. We're gonna show it to our overhead camera. You guys on Instagram can kind of see it as well. So you see it's just like a solid colored sheet. and we printed on the inside of it.
Right.
So when it's done, when it's all done, it's gonna go like this onto our t-shirt. So you can get, and this is, I'm gonna show you guys right here really quick. This is our Forever Flex Off. This color, I believe, is metallic bronze.
Right. Close to copper. I don't know if we have a copper one named
They
that.
may as well call it copper.
Yeah.
It looks very coppery. I think maybe because it's not red enough. But anyways, so you can see here, the cool thing about Flex Off is not only can you do fine detail, you can even do photographs with the raster effect.
Exactly. Raster effect is going to be a huge topic that I think is critical because, you know, eventually, especially with vinyl, you eventually get the cracking or the peeling. Rasterizing is one of the biggest things, I think, with Forever products in general, especially Flex Off.
You know what, can you show this over to, or you know, let's just show it up here to camera 3 real quick. Okay. Sorry, Instagram, you guys will see this right now. But you see, and maybe you see, maybe you don't, how there's little holes and perforations on the eyes and stuff. It's almost like a halftone effect, those of you guys who are familiar with screen printing. And what that does is it allows the material to breathe.
Right.
So not only is the lightness of the paper, because it's very thin, the material is very thin.
Absolutely.
When you hit it with the raster effect, it gets even more breathable and easier to wear. I absolutely love it.
And like the fact that it's portraits of people, you normally think like that's impossible to do, right?
Dude, you can't. And with vinyl, there's no way you could get this much detail, weeded out and all that stuff. There's no way you can get this kind of detail with vinyl. Not possible. So of course, it's single color. You could do multiple colors, as you see here, and you can layer them, which is what we're about to do right now. So check it out. So you print it on the, we call it the frosty side, because it feels a little, it looks a little frosty. You print to the frosty side of your image, or of your paper, and then what you do is, I have the paper right here. Oh, you know what, here, you want to show them the samples? I'm going to give those to you.
All right.
You hold those. And then what you do is, this is our B sheet.
Right.
Now it's watermarked on the back, so you're not going to accidentally press the wrong side. So what you do is you marry them. This has all the adhesive on it. This is just toner. It's just toner on a special paper. This is the magic. The white side, the unmarked side, has all the adhesive. So what you do is you put them together, and then they call it marrying.
Exactly.
Because they get really close. They smell each other's morning breath. You heat press them together, and then when you peel them away, all of the adhesive gets stuck to just the areas with toner.
Exactly.
And then you can kind of
doing this camera right here.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on camera.
The silver's kind of hard.
This is the adhesive, or this is where the adhesive has been pulled. You can kind of see how there's an imprint of the image. It's kind of hard to tell on camera. I don't know if you guys want to see that on Instagram. If you could see it, I'm not sure. But you could see where the adhesive has been pulled away. It only sticks to the toner. And then of course after we press it, it looks like this, because the toner then and adhesive only stick to the, where it was printed.
Exactly.
Camera 2, what we're looking at, camera 2 right there. This is like a finished sheet, and you'll see this all right now. This is the adhesive that's been pulled off. Rod, you got a question from Instagram?
Yeah, just can you explain the printer needed again?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Go ahead.
So we have a monochrome. All it needs, it's a laser printer. Only needs to print black, okay? So we have one on our website here. This one's $134.95, Brother Printer. It doesn't require a super fancy printer. I have a lot of customers that come in and say, I'm trying to do Forever Laser Dark, Laser Light, which does require like an oaky white toner printer. That's not the case for Forever Flex Soft. All you need is a laser printer that prints black. And the A sheet and the B sheet is really where the magic works out. So we have one on our website. If you have one at home,
this exact one.
Yeah, exactly. This one, the one we use today, we're going to show you samples, came out great. So $134.95 on our site. But even if you have one at home, as long as it prints black, it could work with this product.
Yes. And unlike other laser papers, even if it runs hot, it's okay because there's no adhesive. You don't want to, if you have a single stage paper that has the adhesive on it, you don't want to run that through your laser printer. You literally ruin the laser printer. So all you do is you print it out, you marry it together, you peel it, put it on your shirt. Everything is a cold peel. Oh, I'm sorry. The AB Marry is a hot peel.
Right.
When you put it on your shirt, that's the cold peel. So just heads up. And we're going to walk you through this entire process today. Are we ready to do it?
I'm ready to go.
Let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to come around, and we're going to go through this. Oh, I left my phone on the floor there. And I think I got one of my blanks under there.
Alrighty.
Beer me one of those t-shirts.
One?
Yeah, there we go. And actually, that's coming up next. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to preheat my lower platen. I'm not going to mash it all the way down. I'm just going to let it sit there for a little bit. And can you hand me that parchment paper?
Absolutely.
Thank you. And that should be good enough. So our temperature, according to the directions, is at 275. Sorry, that's really loud on the mic. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody like just heard, what is that?
You know when you're like FaceTiming someone and then you're making some food or something?
Yeah.
It's just super loud.
And it's going to happen again. Plug your ears, guys. There we go. If Brittany was here, she'd be yelling at me for doing that. She like gets mad. She likes it, everything nice and neat. So here we go. So here's how it works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my transfer, and I'm going to put it with the foil side down or frosty side up, however you want to do it, so I can see the printout. And for this is the adhesive side, the plain white side. If you turn around, you see that there's watermarks. That's so you know what you're working with, and also so you don't accidentally do it to the wrong side. Now here's a pro tip. What I like to do is I'll line it up, but I'll also leave a little bit of the adhesive hanging off the edge, and that's because you have to peel it hot, and you're gonna need a place to grab that. And yeah, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. One thing it's also important to have are get your tortilla fingers ready, guys, because this stuff gets hot. I've already set my pressure to be about a medium. You don't want it too firm on here. My heat press is set to 275 degrees. It's like 3 degrees over right now. That's totally fine. Not a big deal. It's at 90 seconds. And again, it's a medium pressure. We're gonna let that sit for 90 seconds. And I'm gonna grab my scissors from right here somewhere. Gonna grab a glove. You don't gotta show this on camera, guys. I'm sorry. And my scissors. All right, they're here somewhere. Now this glove is gonna be, again, this is gonna be very, very hot.
Yeah.
So I'm already ready. Do we got any questions? Anybody asking stuff?
Let's take a look here.
I think we might have already answered one. Miguel Valencia is saying, what kind of printer do you need? We have our regular monochrome. Monochrome meaning just black and white.
Very simple.
Laser printer. Most home office laser printers that do black and white are going to work perfectly fine.
I think they're even cheaper than most inkjet printers if you just get a laser that only prints black.
Very true.
Very cheap.
D360 is saying new to rasterizing sound cool. You know what? We're going to go ahead and post a link in the video. So after this video, we're going to update the description with a link to Forever's downloadable Photoshop action. So that'll take any picture you have and it'll apply the raster effect to it so that way you can use it with FlexSoft. Really, really cool stuff.
Doesn't require really fancy software either for this, right?
No, as long as you got, I mean, you could print anything you want, but it'll look a lot better. It'll feel a lot better. If you have the raster effect, that's available through Photoshop.
And it'll last longer, too. A lot longer through more durable washes. We can kind of talk about the washes, too, because I know you guys have questions about that. Especially we brought up earlier vinyl. If you rasterize, Jared, I'm thinking it's going at least 30, 40 washes.
Dude, it totally is. And that's because having the perforations and the holes in it, it allows it for the water to pass through instead of, it just makes it more breathable and just a lot easier to wash. So check this out. I'm going to carefully do this. Now, one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to allow the edges to lift up and cool rapidly. So it's a warm peel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, and in one kind of smooth motion, I'm going to kind of follow it along. There we go, there we go. And, oh, dude, you know what? I wasn't expecting it to be that good, but doggone, that looks great. Check it out. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this. It's a little bright. You can see the adhesive. It only picked up where the toner was. And where we had our really dark image, now it's been, oh, here we go. Sorry, wrong camera, guys. Where we had our really dark image, now that's been replaced, it's been covered with the adhesive. So we're gonna let that cool down. Now I do have another one that we have to do because this is a two-step program here. Can you hand me one of those white sheets over there?
Absolutely. And Jared, let's talk about that warm peel because I know that's kind of confusing to some people. Me and you were working with one yesterday and we were trying to...
and we screwed it up.
Yeah, we were trying to gauge kind of what they exactly meant by warm peel. I think me and Jared waited about 10, 15 seconds. It was too long. We waited way too long and it cooled down too fast. So what ended up happening is when we peeled it off, some of the adhesive was ripping off our lettering.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
yes.
So when we say warm peel, I don't recommend maybe waiting more than 5, 7 seconds at most.
It's almost immediate. Now what happens is if you go too fast, then the adhesive is still kind of gooey. FlexSoft is one of those things I definitely recommend practicing with. You'll kind of get the rhythm down. It'll get to know your heat press really good. And and then once you figure it out, and again, this one came out fine. I was a little surprised at how perfectly it peeled out. So that's I'm gonna pretend like I meant it.
And like we were talking about with FlexSoft too, another huge application it has, Jared, is tags, right? So people ask, and our YouTube channel explains it all too with the tags that are going on. Picture this piece of paper here. I think we're doing 8.5 by 11. Is that correct, Jared?
Yes.
On here. So the tags, you can fit, if you size this perfectly, 8, 10 tags on here, you would just cut it out and do the same exact process that we're doing with these t-shirts today, and it makes it so effortless. You can just run through 8, 10 shirts with one sheet of paper. So whenever you're doing tags and you're getting even smaller lettering than the ones we're showing you today, I would always go with the FlexSoft. It's very simple.
Trying to weed out tiny letterings for a tag, that's a no-go, bro. It does not work. And I've tried it. Yeah, you know what's funny is working here, you get to try a lot of stuff. So you eventually figure out what works and what doesn't. All right, we got about 15, 16 seconds left on the clock here.
All right.
How's everybody doing?
Everybody looks good. I mean, I'm not seeing.
Cool, man.
I want to see where everybody's at. I know we got a couple comments telling us, and we got some viewers who haven't stated where they're coming from.
If you're on Facebook, don't forget to tag your friends in the comments. We got some giveaways coming up. So our timer hit 0. And let's see if I can get magic to, or how do you say it? Get lightning to strike twice. Now again, you don't want to. Now one thing, I've experienced firsthand. The edges are going to kind of curl up, and you don't want the paper to. Here we go. I can see it's already kind of cooling, and you see I'm kind of walking over with my finger. I'm kind of holding the paper down, so that way as I peel this away, it doesn't lift up.
Right.
That's really what you want to avoid. And man, by the way, that's a lot harder to do when you don't have gloves on. This gets really, really hot. So you can see here, I'm not sure if you can kind of make out what we're doing here, but we have a gentleman here, a very familiar presidential gentleman.
Very important one at that.
Very important. Exactly. So, all right, I think we're gonna let these cool down for just a second. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can tell the adhesive, it only sticks to the toner. That's like the magic of FlexSoft, is the adhesive only sticks to the toner. So when you press it to your t-shirt, it's only gonna stick to the t-shirt. Exactly. And we're about to see this firsthand in just a moment. There's one more step before we get to pressing it. I'll probably end up putting that back on.
Our audience can probably guess why we picked this copper. What color do we call it here now, right?
Yeah, so what happens is the edge of the sheet, for whatever reason, it tends to leave a little mark.
Right.
So if we were to press this, we'd have like a line. So before you send it to press, you're just gonna do a really rough, and I'm not sure if it's coming up on camera, but I can clearly see where there's a little bit of adhesive residue that's stuck to the edge of my sheet. So I'm just gonna trim it away.
It almost looks like a crease in a shirt or a crease.
Yeah, and because it has adhesive on it, that adhesive is gonna stick to our foil, and it's gonna cause it to just be no bueno. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to cut a little closer, now that I think about it, to my graphic to make it easier to line up. So that should be good. This is trash. And now with Mr. Lincoln here, we're going to trim a little closer. And you can see I'm like not even bothering going straight. Sorry if you're OCD about that. I'm just cutting close to my graphic to trim away any excess, so that way there's nothing else that transfers. I'm only gonna get what I want on this transfer. So this is a layered. Now you can't do them both at the same time. So what I'm gonna do is, since this is the easier part to center, I'm actually gonna lay down. Oh no, but it's supposed to go over. Huh. Well, we'll see. We'll see if I can pull this off.
Like we said, Jared, we're always experimenting on here.
Yeah.
We make mistakes too.
We're about to find out if this is gonna look good or dumb. That sounds like a new segment. Good or dumb? How are the HeatPressNation guys gonna make their stuff today? Will it be good or dumb? All right, so I'm just gonna center my t-shirt onto my heat press. And man, I love pressing medium t-shirts because on a 15 by 15 inch heat press, the seams line up perfectly. Right. A medium shirt on a 15-15 press is literally the easiest thing you will ever heat press.
We're using our signature series right here on the website right now, $549.
Yes.
Yeah, so go and check it out. It's a great press. I always recommend it, especially if you're starting new with a swing away, looking for an upgrade. It's a great one to do.
Yeah, and you can see I preheated my heat press. It'll smooth it out. It'll also get rid of any moisture in the press. And now what we could do also is you could center your graphic off the press. If you do that, we have some heat tape. I don't think I'm going to use the heat tape right now, but you can. Now you want to be in a well-lit area. Another reason to trim this perfectly is because it's kind of hard to see the transfer through, you know, so you're looking at it from the back. So when you're trimming it, I probably could have done a better job, but you want to trim it more evenly so that way you just center the piece and you know it's going to be centered to your graphic. I need a little space up top, so I'm going to lower this just a tad. And I'm thinking this is going to work. So now we have our transfer in place. I'm going to press it to my shirt for 30 seconds, and this is a cold peel. So I didn't adjust my timer, but I know what 90 minus 30 is. So we're just going to let that count down. We got about 20 seconds left. How you feeling about this, Ryan?
I feel great, honestly. I want to know what the audience feels about it. Do you think this is something you guys would be considering, you know, adding to your supply of heat press? What do you guys think about it? Do you think it looks easy? What are your questions about it?
Yeah, we'll check them out. We'll take our Q&A from the crowd. We got about 5 seconds left on the press. So your second press is, and I'm going to check my trusty instructions just to be sure. Yeah, 30 seconds. So
Rod, do we got anything on there?
Brando joining us.
Oh,
hey.
Brando, what's up, dude? Good dude right there. All right, so I'm peeling that away. Now here's where you want to be careful. All right, you don't want to lift this up while it's warm. You absolutely must wait for it to be a cold peel. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to carefully place it right here. Right here, and then we're just going to let that cool down. We have another heat press on standby right now, but I don't think we're going to use that. This should be okay.
Yeah, and sometimes we do. So one of the things Jared that brought up is if you're trying to cool it down a little bit faster, if you have a spare heat press that's not heated up, you can actually put it in there, close the heat press, because the steel in the cold heat press that hasn't been put on is so cold, it'll cool it down rapidly. If you don't have time to wait, you're trying to speed up the process.
Yeah, and this is not, okay, now this product is not something you can cheat when it comes to the cold peel. It has to be like absolutely cold. You know what, Ryan? Let's do it because
you want to try
we're a little pressed for time. Yeah, can you? So this part you're not going to see on camera. We have a little heat press, or not so little. We have a heat press on the floor over there that Ryan's gonna press. That heat press is completely off. So again, the heating element's very cold. We're just gonna try to cool it down over there in the corner. So hey guys, any questions? Let's see what we need. Marion Phillips says, could you let it cool on the bottom plate? Not really, because it would just take a lot longer to cool. This right here, it's still very, very warm. And with this product, it has to be completely cold before you could peel it. So if we left it on the bottom plate, it would take a pretty long time for it to cool down. So that's why we pull it off. You don't want to let it cool. It's a time thing, really. Here we go.
All right. You know what, Jared? This top plate isn't even as cool as we probably usually have it, but I still think
did it cool it down?
Cool it down a little bit here.
Okay, cool. So Ryan's gonna bring that back, and then yeah, there's a special technique to peeling this stuff too. Let's see.
Think that's cool enough? Should we give some more time?
I'm just gonna give like 1 more minute.
All right.
I'm ultra paranoid about this stuff. Like again, like you peel it like 1 minute too soon or a couple degrees too soon, and it really affects the final image.
With the Forever products, you always got to be careful. There's a lot of steps with it, but I think it's worth it because you always get, you know, an unbelievable product. So that's why it takes so long. But once you do it, I think you're always going to be satisfied.
With heat transfer vinyl too, you kind of have a little more leeway with instructions, like 305, 310, 315, whatever, heavy pressure, whatever. You know, with this, if it says cold peel, you freaking got a cold peel.
Just get it done.
Okay, that seems pretty cool. You guys, we're gonna switch to overhead so you guys can see this. Now, when we peel our flex off, we don't peel up and away. We don't band-aid it. We roll it off, and that's just like some people they don't believe me. I didn't believe it made a difference at first until I tried it. So I'm not gonna peel up and away. I'm not gonna band-aid this one. I'm gonna roll it off slowly. So we're gonna start at the corner, and we're just gonna I'm gonna kind of help it along. And you see, as I'm rolling it away, I'm kind of holding the shirt down with my fingers, just to kind of help it. Just gonna get us a smoother finish. And I think I recognize this guy. I think I know who that is, right?
Yes, sir.
We got our pal, Honest Abe, right here. We have his Groovy Abe. There we go. You guys can see he's missing something in his eyes, but don't worry, we're gonna fill that in right now. Can you see it? Check that out. Now this is it's pretty glossy right now. If you wanted to kill that gloss, what you could do is just hit it with some parchment paper, which we will, but we got one more layer to go on. So I'm gonna come back around and I'm gonna add our second layer. Now this is gonna be fun because I got it. We made him some glasses, and I got to make sure that they line up with the blanks inside. So while you can layer it, I don't recommend. See, I got to get his glasses to fill in this exact spot. I don't recommend that. Try layering something a little bit less precise. Rob, we got someone from Instagram?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of confusion because of the names about Subliflex.
Oh, man.
Soft.
Yeah.
Great point. Ryan,
yeah, sure, absolutely. So Subliflex, if they're referring to 202, is a sublimation product. It's a lot different than this, and we're using a monochrome monochrome laser printer for this. Subliflex 202 is a product that you can use with your Sawgrass or sublimation printer in which you're trying to, basically it's kind of like a vinyl feeling paper where you can print colored images and then contour cut that, put that back onto dark colored garments. With this is a different product. So this is, you pick the color, you have the A sheet, which is the color that you pick, and then we don't just have a metallic, we have like more than 16 different colors here. So it is different. So Subliflex is gonna be a sublimation product, where this one is gonna be the printer you're gonna use as a monochrome laser printer.
Dude, I'm like trying my best to get it to line up. We're about to see how close I got. I have a bad feeling it's gonna be close, but not perfect, so whatever. Again, I kind of did this one just for fun. I liked it. I liked the graphic, and yeah. Well, if you're layering, try to not layer something that requires such precision. You see me getting down like with my magnifying glass almost trying to do this, but anyways, we're gonna put, and here I'm gonna do it the right way. I'm gonna set my timer for 30 seconds. Oh, well, that was fast. 30 seconds, okay. And let's do this. All right, so I want to hear that beep. It's just kind of satisfying to hear the beep when the timer hits 0. So we're gonna layer our Forever Flex Soft right now. You're gonna see how it came out. Oh, really quick, while we're doing that, let's get back to here. So you see it's totally see-through, right? This is what we pressed to our t-shirt. So the adhesive totally picked up all of the foil, and you see now it's kind of see-through. I don't know if you can see Ryan through here or not. But yeah, this is how it looks when you're done with it.
Not
30
as cool
seconds.
As Abe Lincoln I am, but
Yeah.
maybe one day.
Nah, you're pretty cool, bro. You got it. You got the gift. All right, and again, this is completely cold peel, and I don't even want to accidentally lift up any of the corners. So I'm gonna kind of just move it over very gently right here. You want to try cold press it real quick?
Yeah.
Okay,
let's
cool.
do it.
So man, teamwork to make the dream work, guys. Ryan coming through clutch right now. He's gonna cold press that for me, so that way it can cool faster, so you guys can see our really cool finished product. For those of you guys who are just tuning in, or maybe you dropped in a little bit late to the broadcast, today we're showing you guys how we're using Forever Flex Soft to celebrate PRESSident Day. Get it? I'm really pushing that pun hard. I'm sorry. I'm sure everybody here hates me by now.
We worked hard on it, Jared. It's okay.
Yeah, so we're heat pressing. It's President's Day coming up this Monday. Just as a reminder, we are going to be here. So the kids might have the day off from school. Maybe you have the day off from work. If that's the case, please feel free, if you're local, to stop by our location. We're here in Fullerton, California, not too far from Disneyland. So maybe you're taking the kids to Disneyland for the day. Just pit stop here real quick. We have a vending machine. Get the kids some snacks, and you can see some heat presses and be on your way to Disneyland. But anyways, yeah, we're showing you how to use Forever Flex Soft, which is a really cool laser transfer paper. It is weedless. So you're about to see a really highly detailed image right now that we did not, and you've seen it here live, we did not weed it, or you don't see any hook tools laying around here, any scraps of vinyl that we picked up. So yeah, so we're having lots of fun today. Checking out the comments here. Scooby-Doo is saying hello, everyone. Hello, Scooby. Where's Raggy? Raggy? Just kidding. Hazel Anders is saying, so no cooling block can be used on this product. Yes, if you have a cooling block, like a piece of marble or something like that, or a granite countertop. Countertops work great, by the way. If you have a cooling block, feel free to lay your t-shirt on the cooling block. You could set it in front of a fan. That's pretty cool. Right there. You could set, I'm going to flip it around so that way they could see us.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
See what we're doing. All right. Oh, there goes that. All right. There's a ghost. All right, and so again, I'm going to use the rolling method. So I'm not going to rip it off. I'm not going to Band-Aid it. I'm just going to roll it right off here. Oh, dude, that came out super clean. Oh, I lined it up right. Oh, that makes me so happy. Gee, I mean, I meant to, of course. Yeah. Thanks. So check that out. Be the change you want to see in the world. And check it out. Look, that you want to see the change. You get it? Is it penny glasses? All right. Anyways, it's too many dad jokes. I'm ready to be a dad, guys. All right. And so now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to finish it.
Right.
So you can see it has kind of a glossy finish. What we're going to do now is we're going to really press this product into the t-shirt. It's going to eliminate some of that sheen, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's going to give it almost a foily image. You can even see the text has a slight distressed look to it. If you guys have ever tried to do distressed looks with heat transfer vinyl, you know it's a freaking nightmare. So I'm going to come around here. I dropped this.
And for the viewers out there that are wondering, you know, I think we're working with cotton right now.
Oh, yes, 100% cotton.
It's very applicable. So this material, Forever Flex Soft, applies to many different materials, including cotton, polyester, polypropylene, blended fabric. I think it even does nylon, and it also it even is paper, or wood, I'm sorry. It can even go on that.
Absolutely wild. Honestly, this paper is amazing. Some people say, oh, is that an HTV killer? Why do you even have HTV if you have this? Honestly, I don't consider it the killer.
Right.
I just think it's a really amazing tool to have in your arsenal.
Exactly.
One thing I will say about heat transfer vinyl is it is a little bit more durable because it's thicker. So it's going to last just a little bit longer than the Forever Flex Soft. And this, as you can see, there's a couple steps. You definitely want to be at least a little bit experienced with the heat press. So heat transfer vinyl, of course, is just a lot easier for new users. But if you want to add something to your...
Especially for tags, Jared, right? Stuff that's really small.
Oh, yes.
Stuff
like
that you can't weed out at all. This is the only go-to, I think, in my...
I'm going to hold this up to the camera, too, right now. And I always have a hard time lining myself up with it, but check it out. There we go. So you could see some of that fine detail that's creating the Abraham Lincoln portrait.
Let's try to get some more light on it, Jared.
Yeah, let's show it to camera 3, and maybe they'll just zoom in or something like that. But check that out. It has, and again, we're using metallic silver for Abe Lincoln, and we use metallic bronze for everything else, but it looks like a shiny penny.
Exactly.
Metallic bronze looks like a brand new penny.
And I always emphasize, Jared, my favorite thing, hands down, about Forever Flex Soft is the feeling. It's so thin. If you've any viewers out there have tried Forever Laser Dark, it's very similar in feeling. It feels great, especially the summertime is coming up. It's critical. I would definitely check this out and try it. We even have it in 10 packs on our website.
Yes.
Yeah, for $24, you can pick 10 in the color of your choice. We don't just have the metallic colors either.
Here, I'll show you.
Let's get some samples. We got neons, we got regular colors.
Where's the neons?
Neons
okay,
right
here we
underneath.
go, here we go. Boom. We got your neons right there. Check that out.
And then we got the regular colors right here.
Regular colors right
White
here.
and
Boom.
black and
coming at
silver.
you. Got some
Absolutely.
blues, some greens and reds. And then I think, honestly, the metallics are where it's at, personally.
I love them.
That's my... And look, you can see we got photos on here. So if there's a portrait of somebody you want to put single color, maybe you don't want to use like inkjet dark heat transfer paper for whatever reason, like you could still get photos and really high detailed
We love vinyl,
images.
but vinyl just wouldn't have been able to do this at this point. You know, it's just way too detailed. And like I said, we have them in 10 packs if you want to try it out. If you have a laser printer just laying at home, you say, hey, you know, I want to try it out before I buy a lot of it. We have them in smaller quantities too available.
Yeah, so check that out. Be the change you want to see in the world. All right, now.
Inspired.
Right? Daily inspiration, your presidential inspiration. All right, you guys. Now we are almost done, but we're not done yet. Why don't you tell them what they're gonna win next week?
Okay, so next week we're putting in the comments here. Jared, why don't you do it? I feel like I always take this one away.
So next week we're gonna be giving away two different winners. Each winner is gonna get to select whatever color they want of FlexSoft to try it at home for yourself. So if your name is selected next week for our drawing, we're gonna have 2 winners, and each winner will get 1 pack of Forever FlexSoft. Last week's winner, and if you guys want to go back to last week we talked about. It was a super messy.
Yeah, that was a fun one though.
It was fun. It was fun. We had a super messy head-to-head. We did a chemical etch. We're doing an etched glass project, and we did a chemical etch versus an adhesive etch.
It was fun.
And so everybody who tagged a friend in the comments of last week's video, the name was drawn right before, and we have Donna Howard right there.
Familiar name. Thank you for always tuning in, Donna.
Yeah, so Donna Howard, congratulations. We're gonna get in touch with you right after this.
Yep.
And see, you get a pick. You can get the either the chemical etch kit or the adhesive etch kit you let us know. We'll be reaching out in just a moment. Now,
Absolutely.
so if you want to win next week, you want to win maybe your choice of whatever color flex soft you want.
We got plenty.
We got a lot, yeah. All you got to do is comment in the tag a friend in the comments on Facebook.
Right.
So if you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Instagram right now, do yourself a favor, go over to our Facebook page, and it's, oh, there it is. It's right there.
It's floating around somewhere.
Yeah. Facebook.com/HeatPressNation. Find this video and tag a friend in the comments. Okay, we're not gonna say who, but we use a random comment generator, to select the winners, and so it'll pick. What was that?
Technical difficulty.
So it'll pick a comment, and then we'll search. Okay, did this person tag any friends? And this week there were 2 people. The first 2 selected winners did not tag anybody in the comments.
We appreciate the comment, but also in addition to your comment, throw in a friend.
Yeah.
Throw in somebody.
You gotta tag a friend to be eligible to win.
Right.
Yeah. So third time was a charm. Donna Howard. Not only did she comment, but she did tag a friend in the comments, and that's why she's our winner today. So I guess Donna, thank the 2 other people who didn't enter properly.
Right. You're the lucky winner now.
Yeah. So that's going to do it for us today. Before we go, don't forget to check out our Facebook group. It's going to be heat.press/FB group. Really fun place.
And don't forget the YouTube, of course. Like I said, we just did it on shirts, guys. We have so many different products that you can put Forever Flex Soft on.
It works on cardstock too, by the way.
Absolutely. It's critical. It's very adaptable. You can put it on so many different things. Take a look at it, especially if you're doing tags. That's what I always refer. Doing tags, it's so thin, guys. It's really comfortable. And you can, in that case, not weed it out anymore.
Dude.
Save yourself some time, guys.
If you have some complex designs, you don't want to weed it.
Right.
Check out FlexSoft.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, from Ryan and myself, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
All right.